Welcome to another episode of Black Powder TV. Now this is a little different episode because I'm driving down the road in the rain, scouting for ducks and geese and doves, checking some of the fields I know that are sunflower fields or cut corn, and seeing who's where, and kind of hunt prepping. And I got this idea while I'm driving along that I need to put to you guys. So I've got my other channel. I put up a video showing you guys, or telling you guys about the other channel, Bob McBride Films, which is going to be modern hunting stuff and on the farm rural life stuff. So we'll go see the chickens, and you can help me feed the hogs, and you know, who knows what, but just kind of that. And because that channel and the concept of that channel and of Black Powder TV and the hunting stuff, which we haven't really done yet, is less formal than some of the range stuff, and certainly like the new shooter series that I film on a stationary camera with the backdrop. That stuff is going to be more like a vlog, right? So I'm going to be carrying the camera with me, or you're going to be on my brim, and it's going to be like a ride-along. When I do the hunts, you're going to get first-person view, you're going to get shot cam, gun camera views, and I'll be talking along while we go. So, you know, while the video goes along. So it's almost like a video log of the hunt, or of the day on the farm and the chores and the scouting like I'm doing now, or whatever it is. So it's a little different concept, and that's going to apply to Black Powder TV as well in the hunting stuff. So kind of watch that, see what you think about how I set that up, how I edit that, if it's irritating, or if it's you know, it's got a nice flow to it, or, you know, just help me out with that stuff. So there's going to be a little bit different format on some of these hunting videos coming up that you're used to seeing on Black Powder TV. And so I want to make sure that you guys know that I want your feedback on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and since we're only at 3,000 subscribers right now, you know, we're only 6 or 8 months. We started December into the channel. That's pretty good for half a year. So, you know, I'm hoping to be at 5,000 by the 1 year mark. But we're young enough that you guys can help me kind of straighten out kinks and really get to me with feedback on how the editing process is going, and how the cameras, and if you'd rather see it on the brim than in my hand, and that sort of thing. So anyway, that was just kind of a thought that I had, and I'd like feedback from you guys on that. Secondary to that is the new shooter series playlist. That's a really popular playlist. There's a lot of new people, a lot more than I thought, new people getting into black powder and getting interested in flintlocks and percussions versus inline. You know, a lot of people are picking up black powder and buying inlines because they want that extra deer season, not for any other reason than to be able to hunt during that bracket of time. And in some states, it's a pretty big bracket. Like in Tennessee, it's basically, this is not exactly true, but it's basically a month of archery, a month of muzzleloader, and a month of gun that's stacked. So in muzzleloader, you can do archery or muzzleloader, and then in gun, you can do archery, muzzleloader, or gun. And so that's a big chunk of time in the middle of deer season that these guys can hunt. So they go to Walmart or Bass Pro and buy an inline and get after it with no other thought than that. But I'm finding that a lot of, especially the younger guys, kind of 40 and younger, that are getting into black powder, are kind of researching the idea of black powder, and they're coming across traditional percussion guns and flintlock guns, and so that's a greater number of y'all than I anticipated. So I kind of thought, new shooter series, I'll do 10 videos, but what I'm finding is I'm getting a lot of requests for information via my email. If you guys don't have it, it's bob@blackpowdertv.com. Contact me with any of those questions. I love them. And in the comments about, you know, hey Bob, how do you crown a barrel? I keep hearing about crowning. What's the difference between crowning and coning? You know? So what I'm getting at is I've decided to take, instead of, because I wanted to build the playlist for the New Shooter series to about 10 to 20 videos, get it up there quick, because I knew it'd be useful and I knew it would be helpful for you guys. I knew it would get a certain number of views, and then just kind of let it go, maybe do a couple a year and all of that. But what I've kind of found out is that that's not going to cut it. We're going to need maybe 30 videos properly titled, that in the title has every bit of pertinent information that they'll find in that video. So I can't put like something about the trigger in with disassembly of the gun and then think in my head, well, I did a video on how to adjust a trigger. Well, I did it in the middle of a video about disassembling a gun, you know, and so if you go to find how to do the trigger, you're never gonna find that unless you watch them all. So I need to get it much, and I don't think it's bad at this point. I don't think there's much of that in there, but if I'm going to expand that playlist to 30, 40, 50 videos and try to cover everything that a new shooter is going to run into, you know, he's gone to the range, he's shot a few times, he's come in, he's learned how to clean by watching a video or whatever, and so now he's like, man, I want to take my trigger apart, and what's this screw about? So this tensioner screw, this adjustment screw. So that's what I want to do. So I'm looking for a lot of help from you guys on ideas for those videos. So we're about 15 or 20, something like that. I haven't looked in a while, but I think 40 is a better number based on all the questions I'm getting, and some really good questions. And I've been so busy the last month or two, I haven't been writing them down like I should. And I'm going to do the research and get in there and go through your guys' comments, questions that I answered that would be better served, that I answered to the individual who asked it, but would be better served in a video. So once again, I'm rambling today. I'm sorry. I'm driving and I'm scouting and I'm talking to you guys, but in the comments below, any ideas for new shooter information, things that a new shooter needs from jump, the first shot he ever takes, before the first shot he ever takes, all the way to where he's basically proficient and knows all the parts and knows how to adjust them and disassemble them and put them back together and maintain them and all of that, to where he's covered. I want all of that in the New Shooter series playlist. So in the comments below, put what you think a new shooter needs to know that is not in the New Shooter series playlist. Give me a hand on this. My list is running thin. I know you guys have questions because I get a lot of questions from you in the comments. And also, going back to the first point, as you see a little bit different format coming on these hunting videos that are more vloggy, hat brim camera, handheld camera, walking around, talking as I'm doing whatever I'm doing, setting up the blinds and what kind of blind I use and all of those things, hunting related, then I want you guys' feedback on how that goes over. Because I've watched a lot of hunting channels to get those ideas, and the ones I like the best are the ones I enjoy the best personally, that I can sit down for 2 hours and watch 15 videos in the time it would take to watch a movie. I can sit down, and I rarely have 2 hours, but if I'm going to bracket that time off, which I've done the last week or so, then those are what I enjoy. I enjoy the vloggy, the telling me about their equipment, about the chokes they use, if it's modern stuff, and about the blinds they use, about the decoys they use, and just like general great information videos like that. So kind of, you know, actiony, on the brim of the hat, first person view, especially of the shots and of the you know, the game approaching. So if it's ducks, you know, seeing the ducks come from the horizon, getting that vibe from, you know, whoever's filming it with the camera on their head, and the excitement that they feel as they're coming, and they take the shot, and their reaction after the shot. I enjoy that. That's, you know, I don't watch a lot of vloggy stuff, and I don't, you know, and stuff outside of hunting, I want the information. Give me the data. You know, if I'm looking up how to run a GoPro Hero 9, I don't want yakking. I want to find the guy who gives it to me straight, runs through the settings. This is the best setting, and this is why. Bam, bam, bam. 5 minutes. That's the way I like to get that information. But hunting stuff that is more involved, it's more like a movie. It's more like you're experiencing it with them like you would in a movie versus a technical lecture, right? So give me feedback on those hunting videos and how I'm doing them, because I've never done them before. Try to be respectful and family friendly in the comments. You guys all are. I haven't got a single comment that I thought was inappropriate or anything. So that's awesome. That's awesome, because a lot of channels deal with that. And I'm sure I will as it gets bigger, but keep it respectful in the comments. Keep it family friendly. Early on, I have gotten a lot of comments about a guy watching it with their kids and watching it with their son, and that will probably happen more with the hunting videos, and that's why I did the research on how those are edited and done by people who are successful at it, and I want to emulate that in the broader concept of how those videos are done. So critique in the comments on what you think about how I'm doing things, and I mean everything. Intro, like I haven't really ever done an intro on the channel. It just, you have a black screen that says Bptv, and then maybe a second black screen that says the name of the video, and then fade into the show, right? There's other ways to intro, and the outro, which comes at the end, is Dad shooting the 1853 infield in black and white, yeehawing, right? Bang, yeehaw. Like, subscribe. That's how I end every video. But how I open every video is just with the black screen, Bptv, fade into, you know, and that's fine. A lot of people do fancy splashing, you know, black powder, da-da-da, bam, hunting, da-da-da, and it's 7 seconds of intro that you have to. I don't like that. My favorite intro that I've found, because I like simple, right? Bptv on black screen, fade in. My favorite intro that I found is a particular guy, Bobby Guy Films. He's a duck hunter, goose hunter, younger, so he's enthusiastic, and he's yo Bobby, you know, and all that stuff. And I don't, you know, that's obviously, you're not going to hear that from me, but what he does is he'll take one of the really good shots from this video. So somewhere in this video, a really good shot, or, you know, a far shot, or something special about a shot that cracks all the guys up in the stand or whatever, and he takes that and he clips it to about 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds, just of whatever happens, the shot, but not showing whether it hit or not. So like a bird coming in close and fast, bang. And during the video, you see the bird come down and, you know, land right next to them or whatever. But in the intro, you just see a bird coming close, aim, fire, but he stops it before you know what happens. And that's like 1.5 seconds. and then he fades into like an intro conversation. Guys, we're going to go duck hunting today, da 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 da. And then he flips to the travel, and then he flips to being at the hunt, and then he closes it with a, you know, like final thoughts in the shop or whatever. So it was a great day. You know, we had a good time. You know, that was the closest I ever shot that bird, or whatever. You know, and so that's a really good structure for that sort of video. And I haven't done those yet, right? We've done in the shop. We've done on the range, a fixed camera, basically, right? Fixed camera at the range, fixed camera in the shop. But these hunting videos and stuff, and the Bob McBride Films stuff is going to be handheld, brim-held cameras and action and movement and all of that stuff. So it's got to be formatted a little bit differently. So as I'm trying to get a good format and a good layout, I would appreciate your guys' feedback on, you know, hey Bob, that thing you did in this video just doesn't work, brother. You know, try something else. Anything like that is helpful. So I'm asking for some help, you know, in the comments below, in those videos. You know, as you laugh at a missed shot I did, or say, man, great shot on that, or whatever in the comments, think about the format of the video and help a brother out with getting a strong format for these outdoor shots. So we're home. I'm sitting in the car burning gas unnecessarily. So we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Comment below, hit the like button, subscribe, all those things. It really helps out. Thanks, guys. See ya.